Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 here with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the DNA DK51R upgrade kit, which is their Nova Prime upgrade kit redesigned to fit with the Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. And the reason I kind of got him sitting here in parts and everything's all strewn over is because I already replaced the pins in the wing pieces, and I wanted to go over that process while it was still fresh in my mind. I didn't want to film it because I didn't think you guys would enjoy watching me sitting here like hammering the table and shaking everything for like 20 minutes, but I do want to go through the process. So first we'll just take a quick look at the box here. It just has all these different components on the front there. A lot of this is carried over from the Nova Prime 1, but and then we have this side, and we do get the two different face sculpts there, Galactic Slayer. But that's it for the box, and we do have our instruction booklet. Sorry, our instruction booklet. So there's that. And one thing I do need to mention about the instructions pertaining to knocking out the pins. So the wings are on like so, and it tells you to take the pin knocking tool, which is this little doodad here, and knock the pin from the top down, from the wheel side. Do not do that because the teeth are on that side. You want to what you want to do is you want to set the figure, or at least this section, down with the pin knocker on this part of the pin, because it's a little sunken in, and you'll just sort of put it like this on a hard surface, and you want to lightly tap around here where the structure is the strongest until that pin pops up, and then you want to take a pair of pliers and pull it the rest of the way out. Yeah, don't knock it from this side. You're going to be going against where the teeth are, where it's the strongest, so don't do that. Also, you do get replacement pins, because these are the original ones with the teeth. I'm not sure how well that's coming across, but these are the original pins. And they give you these, I'm presuming, because due to the fact that the teeth, you're knocking the teeth out, they give you pins that are ever so slightly bigger, just the teeny tiniest bit bigger, so that they are still nice and firm when you're moving it around. So there is that. Also, when you are doing it, you're going to want a couple tools. You're going to want, obviously, some kind of hammer. I'm not sure how well a rubber coated mallet would work. It might be a little easier on the plastic, but I had a metal hammer, and it did kind of scratch up right around these pieces right here, just because there are a lot of moving parts around where you're trying to knock the pins in and trying to push it back in. I did kind of scratch these up a little bit. Not too bad. Fortunately, they're cast in silver, not pure paint, so it's not super noticeable, but be aware that that might be an issue. Also, getting the pins back in, honestly, it's easier to push them in than to hammer them back in. And what I recommend, and what I did, is so you want to kind of have a nice workspace with a very solid table, preferably a little bit like around a little higher up, maybe around mid chest point if you can. And you want to make sure it's like a table you don't mind getting some scratches on and stuff. You're going to want your hammer, pair of pliers, and a cloth. And so you want, like I mentioned, you want to put the pin knocker against the table underneath, and then you tap on this, knock it out, pull it out with pliers. Then what I did is I pushed the pin in a little bit, put these gun assemblies back on, pushed it through, put these wing pieces on, and I did take them apart. As you can see, they just snap on and off like the original Nova Prime piece did. It just gives you this piece included. And so I lined it up, kind of got it nuzzled in there a little bit, and then I angled it like so, and put the rag like in between that and the table, and then grabbing everything and trying to hold it in place. I use the corner of the table to push everything down and slide the pin back inside. So that's how I did that, and that's the way I would recommend doing it. Again, the cloth is mostly just to protect the figure and, try and avoid scrapes on the table. I don't really care if my table gets scraped too much, but that's just, a precautionary thing. But that is what I have found to be the best way to get those pins switched out. Now that I've gone over that, we can go over the rest of the assembly. So there are a few things we need to do. The first of which is we are going to want to replace his hands. So I am going to take these off for now. And we are going to grab these alternate hands. If I can get them out. Yeah. And I also have my little screwdriver set here. So we're going to open that up. This whole thing, and I believe this is the size I want. So I'm going to put this together, come under here, and just do a little test twist, and see if, yes, that is the right size. So we can just go ahead. I'm going to put the little grip on there. And we're just going to set that screw to the side, and then we're going to take out this other screw in his elbow. And then we're going to take this panel off and wiggle that hand out. Then we're going to give him his new hand. It is much bigger, much beefier. And then we are just going to put that panel right back on. Put that first screw back. And then the other screw. That's probably tight enough. And there we have a new hand, and we're just going to do the same with the other arm. Not quite all the way out. There we go. And then we're going to take that fist, switch that out, put the new one in. Then we are going to take this, put it back, and screw those arms back in. Yeah, personally I would have loved to have gotten a backup figure for this, but considering he's been discontinued for a while, it's more expensive than it's really worth. And honestly, that base figure was not the greatest version of Galaxy Prime. There have been rumors that they're going to do another one in the next couple of years, and I hope that's true. He deserves a really good, dedicated figure. Okay, and now we got both of our new hands installed. And we'll just consult the instructions here. I think the only other part that requires a screwdriver are the new heads. So Yeah, it doesn't really say, but I'm pretty sure there's a screw on the back of this. Yeah, there is a screw on the back, but it might be big enough to just pop off. I don't think I want to risk it. I think that's a smaller screw. That is a smaller screw. I'm going to need to switch my little tip piece here. So we're just going to unscrew the back of his head. Oh, does that not separate his whole head or something? Okay, it is just on a ball joint that can pop off. Alright. Guess I'll put this screw back in. Do. And I'll show off both of these heads. I do plan on using the heroic head, but there is a evil head that's very reminiscent of Shattered Glass Magnus. It's even got like a sort of skull look. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use this hero head. I don't remember what the other version was called. I think no, it doesn't say on the instructions. But yeah, it's good guy, bad guy. But I'm gonna use the good guy because Optimus Prime is a good guy. And okay, yeah, there's no screw. It should just pop right on there. Yep, just pops right on there. Looking good. Alright, now I think that's all the parts we need to disassemble. So let's try to go through all the other components here. So again, we do have the upper body, and we do get these same gap fillers. And I am gonna make sure that I'm putting these on right, because last time I wasn't 100% sure. I'm pretty sure they only fit in a certain way. Okay, so yeah, for both of these you want to bend them, and this side, hold on. Oh yeah, forgot the guns are different sizes. So you want to put this top side up here. And it will fit around this little assembly in here for where this gun plugs in. Is that all the way in? Okay. Just it's kind of sticking out a little bit and kind of loose. Or am I just putting it in backwards? Because I'm putting it in backwards. The it's supposed to fold this way apparently. And this little bit is gonna go apparently where that little gun piece is. You can sort of see it lining up with the hole there. So let's pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to be doing here. Well, that's what it says. Where am I? Oh, I'm dumb. I am dumb. In fact, I'm so dumb. I'm gonna fix it on this one. Wow, I really misread that. There. Now it's fixed on this one too. Ugh. I do not believe I am perfect. You will never catch me saying that I am perfect. But I can at least admit when I'm wrong. So, that's how that is supposed to go. The little extra piece goes on the outside, and the butt of the gun plugs through it, like so. Okay. I'm a professional, I swear. And let's see, this one, it's got a certain shape to it, so fold this piece up, and we're going to stick this under, and it should catch there, I believe. Just like that. And now that's a little bit more solid looking there. So there's that. And we'll go ahead and just reattach these wing pieces, and they attach the same way as the Nova Prime did. Once you get these replacement parts in, they just have a couple clips and a peg, and you just line them up, and there you go. Simple as that. And they actually do come already put together. I just took it apart because I wanted a little clutter on the body when I was switching everything around. So there are our wing upgrades. And I think that's everything for the upper body. Yes, it does appear that that is everything for the upper torso, except for technically this piece, which is like the sword mount bit, which again we'll just slot in back here, and I believe we do it this way. How was it? Okay, apparently it goes this way, like so, with the bumper piece facing down. So there is that. So there's our upper torso armor done. We do get a couple new pieces for his shoulder pads, which are these little bits with some nice little bits of mold detail here. And I'll make sure that I am putting these on right. They go like so. This little hole goes over this little blast port peg here, and you want this little tab piece facing towards this like sort of arm bar piece here. I guess that just is to cover up the Autobot symbol and bulk out the shoulder a little bit. It would have been fine if it didn't cover the symbol, but anyway, gonna do the same for the other side. And there are those little shoulder pieces added on. We do get our crotch piece here, and I believe this crotch is already facing the right way, but I'm gonna double check, because this is my first time filming myself doing it rather than doing it while watching someone else do it. So, okay, yeah, so you do want the yellow bits facing forward, and it'll just got these two tabs that'll go into these two slots right here, like so. And now he's got extra crotchularness, because that's a thing. We'll go ahead and bring in these extra little foot extensions, and these are the same as Nova. You want to flip this around and just sort of, yeah, these parts are always really hard to get out, so I recommend a tool for this, but just pop this up and bring it up like so, and you're just going to plug it into the bottom of the foot, and I do believe you want these heel spurs folded in. Yeah, don't really need them sticking out the back since they don't need to support his bulk anymore. So there's that. And we just do the other side as well. Up. Flip that toe around. Fold that back in. Bring that together. Now he's got bigger feet, like so. Then we do get that. Gotta bring this forward. Do get the front bumper piece that becomes the knee pads. So should go like this. Like this. They do look a little weird being red on the legs, but they'll probably look a lot better in the vehicle mode where they're the front. So, but it's not like he doesn't have any red on his legs. Then we do get those same additional blasters for his legs, but I'm going to leave those to the side because one of the other new pieces we get are more accurate leg cannons. So if we take off these guns, probably just going to put these in a bag when I'm done. But we do get these ones that are more reminiscent of how they actually looked in the actual TV show. And as you can see, they just have a peg here. We just plug them back on like so. They unfortunately don't have blast ports, but they are painted really nice with some silver there on the barrels and some silver decals here on the sides. So they definitely look a lot better. And I mean, if you really want, you could, you know, theoretically just bring these cannons back in and then bring this cannon in and just have all the guns ever on his legs. And we're going to do that because freedom is the right of all sentient and heavily armed beings. So now he has almost enough weapons. Almost. So much that it's actually dragging his legs back together. Okay, we can go ahead and put these little bits back on his arm because there's nothing different about those. In fact, I didn't really need to take them off. And then the last thing we need to do is, I believe, assemble his new included weapon, which strangely enough isn't. Oh wait, no it is. I mean, it doesn't say anything about the assembly, but it is mentioned in the instructions. So he gets this really crazy scythe weapon, which, like, I'm a huge fan of that. And apparently, as far as vehicle storage, it does like fold up. But let's see, it looks like it goes like so. I don't think that's all the way in. Okay, it is in now. Actually, it's a little too stiff now. Okay. Just wanted it to not wiggle around. Okay, there it goes. Then we do get this little bit on the bottom, like so. And yeah, that is quite a weapon. And go ahead and bring this whole head assembly back in and just attach it as you do. Bring this down, tab that in. Whoa. It's definitely a lot more top heavy, or back heavy now. Then we'll put this in his hand, just clips in, and then we close his fist. And yeah, that is quite a difference there. And we do have more leftover parts this time. We do have the original wings, the head, and then the old hands, and then the pins, and I guess whichever head you decide not to use, but these are easily interchangeable since it's just on a ball joint. But yeah, that is quite an interesting kit, and I do dig it. I really do dig it. It's very much an original take at this point, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I am really digging this guy. Let's go ahead and get these trays out of the way. And so here we have a comparison with the unaltered Nova, just so you get an idea of how he stacks up now. And here he is with the upgrade kit Nova Prime. And since I haven't, didn't want to take the whole thing. Get back there. Give him that other sword now. Okay, I think he has enough weapons now. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's quite a difference. And yeah, I really enjoy both of these kits. Very, very cool. I really do dig that. It will do a transformation here. Let me just get all this out of the way. I mean, don't really have to, because I don't think anything's particularly different, but we will, just for the sake of the video. So we'll take away, that's definitely going to be a thing, probably. Yeah, his hips cannot hold all that extra weight. But go ahead and take away this new weapon. I'm going to go ahead and start removing all these extra parts. Take off the big backpack. Take off these arm pieces. Go ahead and remove the kneecaps. Gonna just tab them together. Remove the crotch plate. And remove the foot extensions. Take off the foot armor. Take off the shoulder pads. That moved around. Come on. There we go. Get that back on there. Okay. And we're going to skip the inner robot part because that's not anything different, except for his new hands. But go ahead and just bring these arms back, tab them in. Just tab them into the back as you would. Rotate this around. I don't remember if actually flipping this waist piece around affects transformation or not, but we'll do it for completionist sake. So there's that. Move that back around. Push that cab pit forward. Bring the pads down like that. Rotate that forward. Huh. Wasn't hearing those ratchets earlier. Anyway, there we have the cab all done. Gonna take these foot pieces, fold down that post, and bring this one up, wrap it around, pull that down, it goes off to the side. Gotta come here, and we need to stick these in. And if I'm remembering correctly, it should fit like... Actually, I think that's the wrong side. Should fit together like so. Well, maybe it was this side. Don't tell me that this is making it not fit in anymore. Well, I'm going to have to check the instructions again. I don't remember seeing anything about that. It does not mention it whatsoever. So yeah, I guess I'm just doing it wrong, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, this is supposed to slide this groove along, and now it's not clicking in. So I'm wondering what's going on. Okay, there we go. Had it facing backwards. It's on me. Sorry, didn't mean to bump into you there. Okay, now this one's not going in the same way. What the frick? That also sticks out more before. I wonder if this is even gonna come together. No, it will not. I'm gonna go figure this out real quick and I'll be back. So. Okay, I figured it out. You gotta put it in like this. You gotta have the windows facing this side instead, because that way it's still a bit snug, but they'll at least clasp together. If I can get it all lined up. They'll at least go together now. So, given they are trying to, pop apart, because you can see they are pushing together. It doesn't. I might just leave those off, honestly. I'm fine with the Autobot symbol showing, so. But, yeah. Then, for the crotch plate, we need to bring that in, and it's going to plug into this slot here and here. So we're just going to go ahead and bring that in. And sort of crack this apart and put this. Come on. Look at that in there. Look at that in there. Come on. squeeze that all together. And we'll set that off to the side. We'll come deal with this. So for all of these, you want to rotate them 180, 180, doop, 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 doop. Then for the most part, it's going to be the same. You want to bring this part out, and then bring this out and up, like so. Going to bring these around, just sort of face all this forward. And I believe we just fold the head up like so. I'm gonna bring this whole assembly up. I'm gonna bring the truck in, and again, you slide the leg tabs into here, and then this is gonna hook onto this little spine rail piece. So come on. There we go. Come on. Why don't you clip it all the way on? That is not what I wanted. And this way. There we go. There is that. Then, yeah, we just want to bring that down, and this armature will tab in behind the head. Just kind of slipped into place there. Then we're going to bring these clips on his legs and onto this little bit right here, like so. And then this bottom one will fold around, and there's a little tab. It's going to go into this little slot right here. We'll bring it around. Tab it together like so. We'll do the same. These bars are going to go into that little tab, or that little clip. And this is going to fold around and just tab in like so. Bring these up, and we want to hook these into these clip spaces here on the back of the foot. So let's see, we'll go ahead and just get this clipped in, because I can already tell it's going to give me trouble if I don't just hook everything together. Like so. Oh great, one of these parts fell out. Okay. So again, it's supposed to fit in like so. I'll bring this down together, slip this crotch piece back in, like so, and like so. Make sure everything's tabbed together, and while everything's hooked in, we're going to bring these two big tabs right here into these open slots here. These need to rotate around. Get out of the way, and just come on. Come on. There we go. And also you want to make sure that these two bits right here in the middle go together as well. Anyway, now we can bring in this bit, and we are going to fold these up as we normally would, and they are going to just hook on like so. Then hook that on like so. And we want to bring this part and this big section here. It's going to go into this big slot here, like so. And we're just going to tab or post port. I'm doing something wrong here. Hold on. Pretty sure that's supposed to go on without any issues, but okay, yeah, just barely. It's a little snug. And then we want to take these feet pieces, and as you can see, the post is on one side, so we want to make sure that the post is on the higher end, and it's going to plug in right here into those arm guard wheel pieces, like so. And like so. I said like so. What the heck? Why is this one not going in? What the heck? Oh, there it goes. That was weird. Put that back on. And now we want to bring this down. And as you can see, there are tabs on both sides, but we want to sling that down over these tabs. Might need to finagle it into position. And there's not like set tab slots underneath, it's just one big opening. Basically just using it to align things. There we go. And this one's not in that space. There we go. And this will come down over this little ridge. And rinse and repeat. And just bring that down. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Bring this down over all of this. Bring this down on top of that one, and on top of that one. Bring that down. And rotate this whole assembly of blasterness. Come on. Just have that all facing forward. And then as for the scythe weapon, it doesn't seem to say anything about the little tip piece extension for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. It tells you how to store the top, but it doesn't say anything about this piece on the end. But it does say to take this whole assembly. Might need to sand that down a smidge and plug it on like this. I wonder if this just stays on then. We'll give that a go here. And much like the sword, you just plug it into the bottom of the crotch plate. And yeah, it does just stay on there. Okay, cool. And there he is in his new, like, super Cybertronian, like, battle truck, I guess. That looks super cool. And yeah, just like lots of different armaments going on here. So we do still have, you know, the original blasters, the additional kit blasters, and then the new kit blasters. If you so choose, you can possibly stab somebody, you know, if you can get close enough. You get two regular cannons. You know, you could probably pretend that these bits, you know, shoot lasers. Yeah, just a lot going on here. Yeah, just I might take those off. As you can see, it's even causing them to like split apart here. So I'm probably going to take those little shoulder panels off, because I'm fine with the Autobot symbol showing. I don't know why they felt the need to cover that up. especially considering it's compromising the transformation a bit. But yeah, overall, a really cool kit. It was already really great with Nova Prime, and it really just does a lot for this figure that was honestly probably one of the worst uses of this mold. It felt at home on Ultra Magnus. It felt like it was really a good fit for Ultra Magnus. The Nova Prime was like a really interesting take on it, a really good remold, and I think this may have been the first use, but honestly, I do feel it's the weakest one. I thought it was okay, but like I really want them to do like a dedicated Galaxy Optimus. Like I really think they need to do like a Commander Galaxy Optimus with like, the cyber key, and really put in that elbow grease and get a really nice rendition of that figure out. Because yeah, this as Galaxy Optimus really just wasn't gonna cut it. It was like okay for a placeholder, honestly. And like I have that was it transform and roll out version, but that thing like just transforming it, parts break. Breathing on it, parts break. So he's staying in his truck mode forever. I'm not touching him anymore. So, but yeah, I think this kit is worth getting if you have this figure. Again, it was already worth it on Nova. I wonder if maybe they'll do an Ultra Magnus version. Maybe I'll have to pick up another Ultra Magnus at some point. But just for a size comparison, here he is next to Ultra Magnus, just so you can see how they stack up. Now let me bring that down a little bit. But yeah, that is my look and sort of instructions on the DK51R Galactic Slayer upgrade kit for Galaxy Optimus. I hope that this video was informative, and I hope you all enjoyed. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.